I do want those Trevor points.
All right, first thing I want to do is give a big thank you to Lydia for doing an amazing job being a director for 3 years.
So sad.
And we're all going to miss Lydia because she was always a bright ray of sunshine in everybody's life. She always had a great attitude, and we all appreciate that. I just want to make something really clear, though. I'm not Lydia.
No.
What? You're like, what? You look just like her.
There's no Lydia underneath.
I am actually.
and what that means is that I'm not going to run the troupe the same way that Lydia did. I feel like all of us collectively need to work on raising the bar in this troupe, and I think that we can do it. We just need to put in the right work. There aren't going to be as many chances for you. So I'm going to be honest. Like, if you do something that I have a problem with, you will be gone, because I don't want to give people endless free rides. I just don't. It's as simple as that. I feel like we need to raise the bar. There's some seats up here in the front. We need to raise the bar on this troupe, and I think that we can. I think we have a ton of talent here, and I want that to show every time that we go out and everybody sees us. Because these people, remember, they're paying a lot of money for these shows. These shows are not cheap. I know sometimes feel like they don't pay us nearly enough of that money, but these people, they don't know that. They are counting on us to give them an awesome professional performance. And I think that everyone in this room is capable of doing that, but you have to put in the work. You have to try. You can't just half-ass. I know this is supposed to be a fun job, and it is a fun job. I love this job. I wouldn't have taken this job as director if I didn't think doing these shows was awesome. But it's still a job. And I want everyone to treat it like a job. I want everyone to treat it like something they take seriously. Because if you don't take it seriously, then you're wasting not only the other people who are counting on you to do a good job's time, you're wasting the client's time, and you're wasting my time. So don't do that. Just be a professional and act like you really care. Because if you care, then I will do everything in my power to make you better. Everything I can.
Hell yeah.
All right, so here's what we're going to talk about when it comes to preparation. There's going to be no tolerance for coming to a show not prepared. None. Like, if you show up to a show and you don't know your lines, and you don't know who the killer is, you don't know who the suspects are, then you can't be in my troupe. You have to know that. That is the barest minimum. You have to show up to a show and be prepared to do that show right then. Mm-hmm. So if you don't do that, then we're gonna have a real problem. It's just the truth. And I just want to make it clear that I want everybody in this troupe to be a whistleblower, okay? If there's something on your show that you saw that gave you pause, that gave you trouble, please tell me. I can't be at these shows everywhere. I don't know what's going on all the time, so I need to know from you what's going on. So please reach out to me. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if you had any problems, any issues. I want to know. Don't feel like you have to protect people, because ultimately they're letting you down if they're showing up not prepared. So don't let that happen, because it's just going to keep happening over and over. So I want all of you to do that for me, all right? Now, when it comes to rehearsals, I understand rehearsals sometimes are a little trickier, because sometimes you get shorter notice in rehearsal, you don't have as much time, and obviously rehearsal is not the show. But I think preparation should also be something that you do before the rehearsal. I don't want to run a troupe where people are showing up to rehearsal and they're not knowing their lines, they're having to read off their phone. I don't want that, because you know what happens when you read off your phone and just read the lines? You haven't gotten the tiniest bit better at doing these shows. And the point of rehearsal is not like a test that if you know your lines. Like, knowing your lines is like the absolute bare minimum, level 0 is knowing your lines. I want our rehearsals to be something that we use to get people better, whether it's improving your characters, improving the blocking, improving your interaction with the guests. That's what I want. I don't want people's rehearsal to be, oh, I regurgitated the lines, here we go, I'm great. No, that is not going to be the standard anymore.
Question.
Yes.
What do you mean by blocking?
Like movement.
Okay,
Blocking is a theater term for movement within the space. Now, obviously, in our shows, blocking is a little weird because we never know the space we're going to be. But certainly, you can work on your physicality, how you move as the character. Those are all things that you should rehearse.
And working the room. I mean,
Yes.
that's really your
That is another
interaction.
thing that is also important.
Immersion theater. You have to draw them in. Yeah.
I want the number one goal of every single person in the troupe when they come to rehearsal to say, how can I be better as this character in this show than I was the last time I did this show? Because you can always be better. No one has peaked. No one is getting an Academy Award for their performances. If you are, come talk to me. You probably need to not be in the troupe, because I don't want you overshining me like that. Well, Trevor. We'll see you later, Patrick. All right. And the other thing I want, and this is aspirational, but I really want it, is I want everybody to try and get to the level of being a leader or host. Because everybody's capable of it. Like, being a leader or host is not a matter of being a special talent. It's a matter of putting in the work, learning the line, learning the part. And if your aspiration is just to be a suspect, then why? Why don't you want to get to the next level? Ask yourself that. It's a very important question that you need to ask yourself. I can't answer it for you. Only you can answer why you don't want to elevate yourself. So please think about it and try. Just try. Put yourself out there. Say, I want to be a lead and a host. Come to rehearsal, show me that you got it, and then you're going to get so many more opportunities. Because every single show is going to have a lead and a host spot. Most shows don't have suspects. So if you want opportunities, get yourself to that next level. It's a very important thing. So let's switch gears a little bit into shows themselves. Yes, it's very warm in here with all these people. I'm sorry. But the storm means we probably can't open the windows. So let's talk a little bit about our shows. Like, I know that our shows are a little bit silly. And we can all agree with that, right? Like, these are not the most brilliant shows ever written. I think we can all agree. It's a controversial opinion.
Did you want me to stop the video? Or?
I know that's a controversial opinion, but it's an opinion that I feel pretty strongly about. But here's the thing. I fully agree that making these shows ultimately to be comedy shows is the best thing that we can do because they're a little bit silly, because they're a little bit goofy. But I think the best way to do that is to lean into earnestness. Yes. Like, the funniest way to be funny is to have your character be completely serious and completely earnest about what's going on. It's not a joke to them. That's the most important thing that I think you got to remember when you're doing these shows. It's not a joke to your character, even if it's a joke to the rest of the audience. So don't think of it as I'm doing comedy. Think of it as I'm being earnest as my character, and if people laugh, great. Because it is a little silly, and they probably will. But that's something you should think about. Now, let's talk a little bit about table speeches.
Yes.
Table speeches are obviously the backbone of the entire show. Without a table speech, nobody will know what's going on. So here's the thing. I want everyone in this room to know their table speech, backward and forward. But I also want you to be honest with yourself. If you don't know your table speech, be honest about it. Say, I don't know it. The worst thing you can do, the absolute worst thing you can do is go to a show, not know your table speech, and then just pretend. Then you're going to end up with a bunch of tables who have no idea what's going on because you didn't do a good job explaining it to them. And that's the thing we want to avoid most is having bad shows. It's the number one complaint we get. It's 100% true. I look at them. I've got access to every review we've had for like the last 7 years. And almost every single complaint is nobody knew what was going on. So that's something that we want to avoid. I mean, the sound system is also a major complaint. But I can't do anything about that. I can do something about table speeches. So please, we're going to, at rehearsals, we're going to make it a focus to make sure people know their table speeches. Please, ultimately, if you can't learn the table speech, talk to me. We'll figure out a way to make that happen for you because you need to know it if you're going to be on shows. You can't count on somebody to do a big group table speech. You can't count on other people to cover for you. You have to learn it. So learn it.
You know, Trevor, when I used to look at table speech as table speech, but when I decided to look at table speech like a trainer giving direction, I was much better with the table speech because I'm giving really the table direction, like what to do next.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not just a random soliloquy.
Right, because when I think of speech, it was harder for me.
A list of rules. Ultimately,
Yeah, like that.
it is just a list of rules.
Because they're playing, a lot I hear from people, they're playing a game. They need to know the rules. You're laying this out, what the rules are for the game, for engagement. If you miss anything, they're not going to know what you're doing.
Right.
Like, how do I play this game? I don't know. You know, that's why it's really important you cover those pieces.
Exactly. And that's, like I said, the absolute number one thing before you even think about what's going on a show is know your table speech because you owe it to the people who are in that room to be able to tell them how to play this game. Because otherwise they're just going to have a lousy time. No matter how good of an actor you are, if they don't know what the game is, this isn't Shakespeare. They're not going to have fun. They need to understand the game. All right, let's talk a little bit about mingling at shows. Mingling is something that people often just don't bother to do. I've been on many shows where people just kind of go stand in the corner as people come in. They kind of glance at their phone, see what's on TikTok going on. They do that all the time. And you know what? Don't. These people expect you to engage them. You should make it your goal before the show ever starts to have talked to every single person in the room and make sure that they know your name. Because if people in this room don't know who you are, that's because you failed them. You have a chance to talk to everyone who's coming in this room and make them know who you are, what your character is all about, who they hate the most in the world. This is all stuff that you need to focus on.
And foreshadow stuff.
Well, yes, of course. There's always a great opportunity to drop hints, to drop clues. But please do not just go hide in the corner. Do not hide in the back room. Please mingle. These people need that to get into the world. This is where the first place where you can get buy-in. And the best way to get a crowd to shut up and actually listen to your show is to have them be bought in from the start. If you have to claw buy-in through the rest of the show, it's going to be a much harder time for you. So start at the beginning, get them in your world. All right? Now let's talk a little about investigation times. Now, investigation times, a lot of times I find people are very passive. They stand there, and if somebody asks a question, yeah, they'll engage them. But that's all they do. They just kind of wait around, and oh, nobody wants to talk to me. Okay. But why? Why are you doing it that way? You have the capacity. You know everything, and you know that you know everything. So go engage people, especially people who are sitting at their table, who haven't gotten up. Go engage these people. Tell them, hey, what's going on? You need a clue? You need a little help? Because you should have all this information to regurgitate to them. Don't just passively hope that people will come up to you. Sometimes they will, but sometimes you'll spend 20 minutes of investigation time drinking some water and standing in the corner. And that's just, it's a waste of time. Use this as an opportunity to help them with the show. All right. Another thing I want to talk about at shows is parlor endings. Now, parlor endings are very important, but a lot of the times people let them kind of get away from them. Either one way, there's really two ways you can do it. One, you belabor it way too much. And you don't want to do that because people are usually ready to be done. They're usually ready to have this show over. So if you just endlessly blather about what's gone on and recap everything endlessly, they're going to get tired of hearing you talk. So keep it punchy. The parlor ending should be quick, it should be punchy, it should be moving constantly. Don't belabor it. But the other thing you don't want to do is truncate it. Like a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm short on time, let's just cut the parlor ending. But the parlor ending is one of the most exciting parts if you make it exciting. Letting them see the people tick away as they anticipate their answer being right. That's one of the best moments for the customer. So please try and just work on your parlor endings. Make that a focus of your practice. Make sure you got it right. All right. So that's pretty much all the stuff I wanted to cover on specifically shows. Now let's talk about a few policies that they talked about with me at corporate that we should all know a little bit more about. All right. There's a huge emphasis right now on body movers, on not doing rigor mortis. Now, I understand that I'm a part of the problem when it comes to... I am. Nobody wants to have to move me. Like, I get it. But please try and at least be creative. Come up with something other than fall in the middle of the room and then rigor mortis out. Because that, ultimately, it's tacky. Like, we can do better than that. As a group, we can do better than that. So let's find a more creative solution than that. I know asking you all to move me is mean. Adam can move me, but that's pretty much the list. So I wouldn't want to do that to you, Patrick.
I'm constantly kicking Adam down the steps.
Yes. So like I said, just please. Well, I mean, the number one thing, of course, is the doorway. The doorway is great. Yes. Like the doorway is a perfect way to do it. If there's any kind of doorway that you can die in and just kind of get shoved through, that's great. Like if there's a creative prop, like sometimes, for instance, if you're at a hotel. That's a great option because they have a luggage cart. So if you want to die right on that luggage cart, have them wheel you right out. I've done it a bunch of times. It's great.
I did a show at an office. Someone died in the wheelie chair, and I didn't.
Exactly. Yeah. Be creative. Just to the extent possible, please just don't rigor mortis out of the middle of the room because that's just tacky, and nobody needs to see that. All right. Let's talk a little bit about notebooks. Now, I know this is going to be probably my most controversial point here, but I really don't like notebooks. Ultimately, I'm not going to ban notebooks because I know some people really depend on them. But what I want you to think about is how you can work on getting rid of that crutch. Because you shouldn't need a list of all the suspects to do the show. Like, you can learn these lines, you can learn the suspects, you can learn the endings. So just try and move away from that. Make that a goal, please. Because I think the customer always knows what's happening when you got that notebook and you're... they know. Like, they know you're reading it. They're not stupid. So just, to the extent you can, please try and move away from that. I would personally appreciate that. It's part of preparation is knowing the whole show and not knowing part of the show and then the rest of the show is on your notebook. Because sometimes you'll end up in a situation where, oh, I don't have my notebook and I don't know the end of the show. And guess what? At that point, you're not prepared. So don't put yourself in that position. Learn the show. All right, this is not something I agree with necessarily, but our good friends at HQ are very passionate about this. The transition from show captains to Emergenier point persons. Now, does everybody know what an Emergenier point person is?
Nope.
No. All right, that's what I thought. That is basically a show captain in so many words. So how it works is simple. As the Emergenier point person, you have two jobs. One is to call the client 15 minutes before arrival to let them know you're on your way. The other is to make sure somehow that all the show materials end up at the show and then end up back at the office. You are free to delegate that responsibility to anyone on your show. It is no longer the Emergenier point person's responsibility to get all the stuff. You can delegate it however you want. You're in charge. But it is your job to make sure it gets there and gets back. So here's what I'm going to say. I personally can think of several shows that have been saved by phone calls a day ahead, 2 days ahead, 3 days ahead, because, well, realistically, sometimes clients don't give us the right information. But the official policy of our company is that you call 15 minutes before. If you call before that, I don't want to hear about it, okay? But I guess I won't know either.
Are they really being that much of a stickler?
Yeah.
Yes, they're pretty passionate about it.
15 minutes before the show is what they say.
Yes, that is the official time, 15 minutes before the show. I have two questions.
Do
Dee,
we have any shows that are less than 15 minutes drive time?
probably not.
No.
Very infrequent.
Now you're in a parking lot.
The worst issue that
Yes, you still get the same $5. Yes, your glorious $5 will not be lost. Yes, Patrick.
So, who would the blame fall on if, for instance, we make this phone call? Like, say we're out doing a show in Cleveland.
Yes.
We've got our masquerade kit. We make this phone call. Oh, we actually wanted the 20th show.
Yes,
Who gets blamed for that?
I promise you, I brought up that exact issue, and the official position of headquarters is as follows. We communicate with our clients enough times that if at the point that you're 15 minutes out from the show, you do not have the right materials, it is the client's fault. It is not yours. The client will be given a choice either to get the show they have or to cancel, and all of you still get paid.
Hell yeah.
That is the official position of headquarters.
So, question here.
Yes, Noah.
So, if you have a show with only two people, your lead and your host,
Yes.
one person would be the show captain and the other person would be the,
The show captains are dead. Long live
Really?
Emergenier point persons.
Now you're just the point person.
Immersion.
So they changed the name?
Yeah. Well, they changed the name and they changed the responsibilities. So it's technically a different thing. And functionally, you still get $5 for it.
So, another question here.
Yeah, Betsy.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So what officially has changed? Just that you can delegate?
Well, yeah, you like I say, you are no longer solely responsible for doing it.
Okay.
You are able to delegate as you see fit. You are just in charge.
Okay.
You still on shows. You are still the person that talks to the client, that tells people
And
what to do.
timing.
Yes, timing and things like that. You're still in charge of that.
Okay.
Got Arya.
And they are still the person that I hold accountable if stuff is not right when it comes back to the office, correct?
That's really-
Ultimately, it should fall on them, but talk to them, and if somebody else was doing that, then we can have a conversation about that. But technically, they should make sure that their stuff is good before they send it out. Yes. Yes, Patrick.
Two questions. First, with shows with extenuating circumstances of that need to be arranged beforehand, such as when we have shows on like Middle Bass Island.
Yes.
Would calling ahead be acceptable then?
I will allow that. Yes, that's not
Because
ultimately.
15 minutes would be we're calling on the boat.
You're calling. No, ultimately, the reality is that sometimes it is not a one size fits all. Sometimes it will be insane. And do a sanity check first of all. Like if it doesn't make any sense, then do what you got to do. I fully support that. I fully endorse it, regardless of HQ's position on the matter. I fully endorse a sanity check. If it doesn't make sense, do it a different way.
All right. My second question is kind of related to the first question I asked, not the one I asked, but the one I asked earlier.
That's fine.
Would the client also bear responsibility if the time on there is wrong? Like we call 15 minutes. Oh, we expected
Yes.
to an hour ago.
Anything that is wrong is no longer our responsibility.
Awesome.
It is entirely on the client. They have a choice: either take it or leave it, and you get paid fully regardless.
So what if the client thinks that they told HQ 5:30 and HQ wrote down 6 o'clock, which is what we see?
Because
That is their
So-
problem and the client's problem, not yours.
But they'll take
Yeah.
But we're the one that has to
deal with it.
We have to take the
All right.
brunt
Well,
of it.
ultimately, in that situation, always call the hotline and tell them what happened. and they will notate it on the file. Okay?
Even more lazy yourself.
No,
Yes,
no,
Dee
do
Dee.
it at the show. Make
Are
them-
they also
Yeah.
training their sales staff better so that we get?
we get the right
We are going to have a
information.
long talk about that later. I promise. That is a topic of conversation, but not we're going to get there. I promise.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, is that starting immediately?
Yes, as of right now, yes. All right. After show referrals. How we're going to do after show referrals is very simple. You're just going to send them all to me. You can either email them to me, or text them to me, or physically give them to me, and then I will upload all of them to headquarters. So just give them all to me. However you want to do it, I don't care. If you want to send it,
Anymore?
what's that?
We don't email
No, you just send them to me. They all come from me. So if you want to do it via semaphore, I will learn semaphore, and I will read the
I'll
flag.
send a carrier pigeon.
Noah, you're nothing but trouble.
All
All right. Tap tags. Anyone know what a tap tag is? All right. Tap tag is a new fun innovation that we have. They should be in our file boxes. Are they in our file boxes, Aria?
That's why I asked everybody to bring the rest of the file boxes back, because I just got the next update of tap tags, and I didn't have any file boxes to put them in.
I understand. Well, we will make that work. All right. So
tags different?
that is, if you have a file box, please bring it in. You have full immunity. If you've been keeping it for a year because you really wanted it, I grant full immunity to anyone who's been keeping file boxes. Just please bring them in, okay?
All right.
All right.
So what are tap tags?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Tap tags. All right. How tap tags works are very simple. They're going to be in each file box, and at the end of the show, you go to talk. You talk to not only the client, but anybody who comes up to you says, "Oh, this was awesome. I had a great time." What they are is they're a little tag that they can tap on their phone. It'll immediately shoot them to a Google review. Yes, Aria will show you what they look like. You tap it on your phone, it will send it, because a huge priority of the company right now is to get Google reviews. I'll explain briefly why that is. Because recently, Google changed their search algorithm in such a way that without reviews, we are getting bumped way down the search results, often onto page 2. And on page 2, we will never get any shows. So if you want shows, it's the easiest thing to do. At the end of the show, if somebody comes up to you and says, "Wow, you were awesome," just say, "Would you mind just tapping this and give us a quick review?" It'll take 2 seconds, and it'll make everyone's life a lot easier. And we are having a contest. We get special exemption because our troupe's weird, but we're having a contest. If we can get the most reviews, then we get everybody in the troupe gets free headshots. So
Sweet.
if you want free headshots, get reviews. Yes, all right.
And I
They're
have,
gonna shoot us in the head?
this is
Yeah.
the tap
That's if you get the
tag.
fewest
Like
reviews.
a QR code.
It's like a QR code. I have also put in a call to an email to HQ because I'm sorry, pass that on to everybody so they can see it. I have put in a thing to HQ because one actor used their tap tag and it was a review for Grand Rapids, not us.
Yes, they did fix that. Right, the problem, I'll give you a little inside baseball here. The problem is that right now the Detroit headquarters is not officially verified by Google, so we can't actually get any reviews. So what they did is they moved it to Toledo, since we still benefit from Toledo reviews. But as soon as Detroit is verified, they will go back to Detroit. But yes, the Grand Rapids was fixed,
Thank you.
so that should not be the case anymore.
But they're passing time.
So have they changed the questions? Because
This
last
is,
time I
this is
saw.
not a question at all. It literally just sends it right to Google, and it just you can write a review.
Because
No, I mean,
Yeah.
when you send it, it asks you questions like, do you think this was worth the money?
No, not the survey.
No, this is not a
This
survey.
is different.
This is not the
It's-
company survey. This is through
Yeah.
Google's own,
Like
like,
Google
you know how
reviews,
you
you
give
rate
like
it
a
as
5-star
well.
review for
Right.
a restaurant or something.
Dana said when she went to it, it took them to a survey, which
Because that was-
included questions about cost.
That's probably was the
What
error.
happens when you're scanning with your phone?
I'm scanning it right now. I've not actually done this yet, so we're gonna see what happens.
Oh.
Yeah, we can pass this
Yeah,
around
I
if anybody
think
wants
we
to check it
should. I
out.
mean,
Yeah, no,
if-
it sent me directly to search.google.com and let me give write a review. So that's how it should work.
Okay, so it's just a text box. What did you
Yeah,
see?
yeah, exactly. And it should work also by tapping the back of your phone as well as scanning the QR code. So if your phone has
Oh,
the
there you go.
capability to do
there you go.
the
That's
RFID reader, it'll just tap it and they'll be able to go right to that review.
And
Yes,
because
Betsy.
Put a
since you have
suggestion
one
for them to
too.
just put that QR code on the final sentencing sheet?
It's a good idea, yes. But I think the point is to curate. you only want to give that to people who told you that they liked you.
Right.
If you give it to everyone, then we'll get bad. I'm just being honest here. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
We don't want the people who had a lousy time because they couldn't hear because our sound system sucked to write a review. So why not avoid that? By only giving it to people who were like, you guys were awesome. I love you guys. Will you marry me?
Right.
Give it to those
Change
people.
you to the page, to the
Princesses, you
website.
have one too. It is more like a little cute keychain.
Everyone should do it.
It's
Do it.
on the.
Are the princesses here? I wanted to be fairy godmother.
Do we have any princesses in the house?
Yeah,
I have very good
I
ones.
don't know if we do. But they're on. Point it to Arya. Arya's talking. Point it to Arya.
Oh, I'm saying I don't know yet who all of the princesses are, but if you're here, I definitely need to see you all today. Princesses, yours is just if you grab one of those bags behind you, the pink bag, duffel bag. Yours is literally as small as a key ring, so you can have your bag over your shoulder and say, "Hey, sure, would you like to give a review?" And let them tap that.
All right,
It's the same
and
thing.
princesses, briefly, if you're listening, just know that they want you very much to stay in character. So if you can't get reviews because you'll have to break character, don't. Stay in character. That's the #1 priority. Don't break character to get reviews, okay? But if you have a chance where there's adults away from children, then feel free to offer it for sure. Just don't break the magic for the children. That's the #1 rule of these tap tags for princesses. All
My
right,
granddaughter.
back to it.
She said,
So let's talk about the hotline.
Yes,
Now, I understand people probably don't love calling the hotline. Am I correct?
you are correct.
I thought I was correct. But here's the reality. If you tell me something that's going wrong on your show, there's almost certainly nothing I can do. I have almost no power to do anything about your show unless you say, my actor died, please come fill in for him to do Act 3. Then I'll probably drive over there. But short of that, there's really nothing that I can do while you're at a show. So as much as it can be frustrating, I know, to sometimes feel like you're just bouncing off a wall, they're really the only option you have. And honestly, the people who work there, they earnestly do want to help. So please at least reach out to them first. Because again, there's very little I can do when you're on a show. If you need advice or whatever, I can offer it. But if there's something structurally or legitimately wrong with the show that needs to be addressed, I almost certainly can't do anything about it. So please reach out to the hotline first. Yes, Betsy.
They will ask, did you call your director first? They will tell you to call you first.
Well, tell them yes, and I'm dead.
You mean
Just
live?
send you a
Yes,
text
it
message.
Don't you
and
send
call
it
us.
live?
If you want to send the text message, sure. Here's the thing. The official response is, I said to you, great, call the hotline.
Yeah.
That is the official response. I've told you that. That is the official response.
That's right
They
there.
told me to call you.
Yes, that is what I've said every time. To every single person, every single time they said, what do I do? Call the hotline.
And
That's the
you're
official
saying it now,
response.
so-
Again, I get it. I've been annoyed about calling the hotline too. Because it can be frustrating. Sometimes it feels like they're like, okay, yeah, I'll put a note, and then that's it. But it's the only tool we've got, so we might as well use it.
And
All right.
rarely-
Show number
rarely
ready.
will they turn
Yeah.
you
Yes,
down.
have your show number ready. That's a good idea. Very good
nice.
point. If they're going to ask your show number, make sure you know it. All right, let's talk about travel show deviations. We're talking about things like wanting to cancel your hotel, wanting to change your rental car pickup, wanting to do a win-win. Those are now all coming through me. Every single one. You don't reach out to corporate about a win-win. You don't reach out to them about canceling a hotel. You come to me, you tell me, and I will channel all requests to corporate, all right? That is, they do not want to hear from the troops. They want to hear from the directors. So please, channel them all to me, and we'll deal with it, okay?
How much time do they need now? Is it the same?
I mean, they still want, obviously, as much time as possible. Realistically speaking, they can cancel a hotel the day before. They can cancel a rental car the day before. They have the ability to do that. So don't let them give you a hard time. They can be flexible. But obviously, earlier is better because they'll come back at me, and I don't want to deal with that. So please, as early as possible, let me know, and I will let them know, okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about my trip to headquarters. Now, obviously, I've been in your shoes, every single one of you. And I know how everybody feels about headquarters. I do. I've felt the exact same way. But here's what I can tell you, having met these people firsthand. These people are very nice people. They really, genuinely do care about doing a good job and making our shows good. They genuinely do. They want to help. Are they always the best at it? No. But they are legitimately people who want to help. Every single person I met, from production, from sales, from marketing, every single one of them was a very nice, very friendly person who earnestly wanted us to succeed. So just know that they are, as much as it feels like they're a boogeyman, they really do want us to do well. And so just try and remember that. These are human beings who do care about our success. When it comes to sales, I know there's a lot of talk about sales. And everybody thinks, including I thought this 100%, that sales is full of crap. I know that. That sales never tells the client anything, that the sales has no idea what they're talking about. But here's the thing. I got to sit in on a number of sales calls while I was there. I got to listen to a number of sales calls. And here's what I can tell you. They absolutely cover the things that you think that they don't. They absolutely cover things like tipping. Every single client gets told, would you like to leave a tip before the show? Our actors really appreciate when they get tipped. Every single one. I heard it on every single call. I can also tell you that they tell every single call that you are going to need a green room. You are going to need a table. They, in fact, have to sign off on that information before they can even accept the contract for the show. It is part of the contract. So when a client tells you that they didn't hear that or they have no idea what you're talking about, they're lying. I don't know how many of you have worked with the general public. Despite a maxim to the contrary, the customer is almost always wrong. The customer is probably an idiot. So remember that these people might be lying to your face. They might not even realize it, but they're probably lying to your face. They were told all these things that they say they weren't. Now I will say, and I talked to them about this, there is a problem with sharing communication with us. Like a lot of the times, things like diagrams, things like that are not being shared. And I talked to the sales manager and I told them that's a big issue, and they said that they're going to work on trying to rectify that, make sure that directors are kept in the loop and that I can share with you. Because they really need to work on that. That's a huge problem, I know. When the client says I sent a diagram and we don't have it, we look stupid. So they're going to work on that. I had a long conversation about that because it's not fair to any of us. So we are genuinely trying to do that. This is to my princesses, just real briefly. I know that you feel like there aren't very many shows, and that's true. There aren't very many shows right now. But I can tell you it's a major focus of corporate to try and get us more shows. We actually have the fewest princess shows in the entire country. Part of the problem is that there's a riverboat called the Detroit Princess that dominates Google reviews. When you search Detroit Princess Party, it's almost always the riverboat.
We used to do shows on that boat.
Yeah. So we're working on solutions to solve that problem. I'm really hoping that we can get more princess shows for you guys because I know you all work hard and I know it's a really difficult job. So just know that I'm trying to do that for you, okay? All right.
They should name it children or distinguish.
Another thing I wanted to bring up was there's something called a green light system they do in some of the nicer troupes. How this green light system works is very simple. You have to get approved for every single role that you do. So if you want to be Salfie, you have to get approved to be Salfie. If you want to do War and Peace, you got to get approved to be War and Peace. So that's something that I'm looking to implement. Obviously, it's going to be a slow process to get that implemented, but that way we know that everybody who goes out on a show has reached an acceptable level of that character, and they're approved to play that character. That's going to be for every character, every time, but again, it's going to be a slow rollout. That's not something I can implement right away. Yes, Patrick?
So what would this approval process look like?
Well, yeah, so here's how it works. It's essentially like what they call green light nights. And that's when you say, I want to do this character. And then you come, you show that you know the lines for the character, you show you know the character, and then you get marked green light, and you're approved.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yep.
So yeah, so obviously if you think you know all the characters, then it'd be easy. If you don't, then you should learn them. Yes, Samantha?
How are you casting like genders these days? Because I know that like Lydia was more like conservative when it came to that, but then I also played Frito the first time with you, so I don't know.
Here's the thing, like ultimately, I don't have a problem with cross-casting, I don't. But it's obviously going to be case by case. Right now, the truth is we don't have that many male presenting people in the troupe.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. So if there are people who want to do male roles, then that's fine.
So I could apply to get the green light on Joseph Two Hands.
Sure. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I would have no problem with that at all. So we like I said, and that's another thing I would like. We would love to get some more people. So if you know people, please let them know. They can come to rehearsal anytime. I'll be happy to meet with them, and I'll be happy to try and get them in the troupe. They don't have to wait for the rehearsal or they don't have to wait for the audition process. If you know them, if you vouch for them, that's good enough for me. Have them come talk to me. We'll see if they're a good fit. Okay? That goes for anybody. If you feel like you want to do that, then do that. All right. And then the last thing I want to talk about briefly is one-to-ones. I want to do a one-to-one with every single person in the troupe just to see where you are with everything, see how you feel about the new direction. and I would really, really like to get that done relatively soon. So I'm going to put out, after this, I'm going to put out a list of times that you can fill out. If any of those times don't work for you, please reach out to me, let me know, and I'll be happy to accommodate you. We'll make it work. I just want to meet with everybody, see where you are, see where we can get you, okay?
Are you going to email that list?
Yeah, it'll
And you're by Zoom.
all right, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about Discord. I know Discord is not popular. I do. I know that.
Not really.
But here's the reality. Corporate has decided that Discord is the primary way that they're going to disseminate information. And so if you want information from corporate, you're going to have to be in the Discord. Simple as that. If you're not in the Discord, like an invitation, please let me know. I'll make sure you get in there. But I will do my best to pass information along. But realistically, everything directly from corporate is going to be in that Discord. For instance, anybody who's not in Discord might not know that there was recently a letter from Scott in the Discord about gas. That they're doing a gas surge because of the increased prices of gas. So the amount of gas on the hub is not the amount you'll be paid. They're going to do a surge pricing for that gas. That's something you only found out if you were on the Discord or sitting right here listening to me. So like I said, ultimately I will do my best to give all the information to everyone all the time. But the best way to get information right from the source is to be on that Discord, okay? Facebook is gone. There is no more Facebook. Yes, Patrick.
Is there a way you could like email out the link to the Discord again if you have already?
Yes, I'd be happy to. That's not a problem.
I have not seen that link, but admittedly I am not the best at checking my email.
I will make sure that goes out, yes.
So, yeah, and I didn't think I signed up for Discord either, but I did receive a text from Scott, and I thought, is this a scam?
Yes, there was also a text. Truth is, I don't know why that text came out. I did get that text. Some people did not. But that's it's not the norm. The text, I think, was just Scott being Scott.
That was kind of weird.
All right. So, yes,
Never
Didi.
mind, I forget what my question is.
All right.
Tom had a question about the one-on-ones. Is that in person?
No, it'll be over the phone, either Zoom or phone or whatever you're more comfortable with. I don't care. But if you really want to do it in person, you can. If anyone wants to do it right now in the middle of this meeting, that's fine too. All right, Patrick.
Yes,
You need to have a different conversation about your future at the moment. Your time has come to an end. We appreciate all your hard work. All right. Enjoy dinner, detective.
You say that Facebook is gone. That means that it's gone. Like
I mean, it still exists, but no, they're not using it anymore. Facebook is completely out.
You could still put a note on there or something if you want it. Like
I don't expect me to, because they are very clear that they want it to be Discord. So if you guys want to use it to post pictures or whatever, I'm not going to delete it. It's still going to sit there. For all I know, they might delete it. I don't know. But as of right now, it's still sitting there.
Do people put pictures on Discord?
A few people have.
That's what you did for Death of a Game.
Yes, Lisa.
I don't know if it's open question time.
It's not, but it's okay. People have been just asking questions. All right, well, we'll do. All right.
Wait, I can wait.
Allison, would you like to address your troops?
Sure.
Introduce yourself, because
Yes, for the people who came in late, this is our assistant director. This is our assistant director, Allison Pierce, and she has my full faith in her abilities. So.
Yeah, I'm your new AD. It's nice to meet the new faces in here and the old faces that I just haven't met yet. I'm looking forward to rehearsals and kind of developing sort of like a family friend group where we can just try new things, fail in front of each other and make fun of each other, but in a friend, warm kind of way. So just show up to rehearsal. We'll have a good time. We're going to all level up.
Yeah. It's about time.
I know.
Thank you, Alex. All right. I know, Aria, you also wanted to address the crowd.
Yes, I do. All right, so hey everybody.
Hi.
You guys know I am your TLC, technical logistical blah blah blah.
Troupe logistics coordinator.
So I am taking care of not only you, but all of these things that you see in this room. Everything that requires us to go out and do great shows. And I cannot do that by myself because there are 70 plus of you and only one of me. So that means I absolutely need you all to follow directions. I need you to, and this is gonna sound horrible, wash your behind. Wear deodorant. Because when I opened those bags, I should not know you were wearing those clothes. Okay, I get it. Sometimes we rushing. We've been at work all day, and we gotta hurry up and change and throw something on. If you notice that, please don't fold it up and throw it in the bag and zip the bag up. Leave it out so I'll know that I need to wash it and it doesn't get everything else in the bag funky. All right. I've been finding what we call dirty little secrets and minor mistakes over and over and over again. And I feel like I am being a pain in the butt and I'm talking till I'm blue in the face, but I will continue to say, you are adults. We are all here to have a great time doing something that we enjoy. You are responsible for taking care of the materials. You may be like me wondering, I wonder if we can make more money. Well, no. You know why? Because I have to keep reordering things that you're breaking or you're damaging or you are not walking your four corners and the client is secretly stabbing. Y'all, I have seen some of the craziest things come back. We have had file binders where the pocket is slit open for no apparent reason. And everything is falling out of it. If we are walking the room, we have a better chance of saying, hey, how you doing, child? Now you know that's a dirty thing you doing right there. Don't you? I'll see you later. I got my eye on you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to break character. You can make it funny, but you see this. I have had people burning our rules of mystery and our setting the scenes. Now I know it's not you, but I sent the stuff with you. So I need you to be my eyes and ears in the room and take care of our materials. There are things I asked you all as nicely as I could if you would like to get together and do a group training so we can make sure everybody's on the same page, and you all ignore me. Not one person except maybe Adam responded to my email.
I don't think I got it.
I'm like, hello, crickets.
Make sure you get the next one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative that you check your emails. I send you a message. Oh, Jesus, that's Patrick. Trevor sends you a message. If one of the three of us has something to say to you or to the entire troupe, and we send you that message and you don't even bother to read it, that's problem number one. We have been through so many different trainings just to get to do these shows. And I get it. It's quick. It's fast. And then the next thing you know, you out there doing it. But you have your veterans who've been doing it longer. You have your essentials binder. It tells you where everything goes. Please stop putting Patrick's clue in Trevor's binder. It makes absolutely no sense when you have the essentials kit to tell you, oh, it's right here. And if I am trusting you and I go through it quickly, instead of literally piece by piece micromanaging you, then the next person, if that point person doesn't do the point person's job and doesn't check it thoroughly before they take it out, is out on the show with messed up stuff.
It's a mess. It's hard.
You don't want to ever become that person. So don't ever put anybody else in a position to be that person. I am so serious when I tell you it is so small, but it is such a huge thing. Trevor and I went on a show once to Canada. You know how far Canada is from here?
Which part?
We didn't have all the stuff. Thank God Trevor had some stuff in his car.
Well, that's where it was.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative. It is imperative. I know it seems stupid. I know it seems like no big deal. Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I'm a high school teacher. I done heard it all. Whatever. The point of the matter is we are professionals and we are adults.
Yes.
Please conduct yourselves accordingly. I sent the message and I told you I'm starting to make everything in packets. So now all you have to do is pick up a packet, replace the old stuff, put the stuff that's not in a packet back for me to reassemble. It's going to take me a minute. But regardless, if I go through all of that to make this as seamless as possible for you, I'm not going to be so nice when it come back wrong. Not because I just want to be evil, But because I've literally asked you over and over again, I don't know how much more respectful I can say it. I don't know how much more funny I can make it and joking about it. And yeah, come on, woo woo, rah rah troops. I don't know how much more of that I can do to actually reach everybody and explain and get everybody on the same page. But we must be on the same page. Corporate is now asking that we have measurements, so that when there's a custom show, they're not scrambling at the last minute trying to figure out how to get the costume that you need to do the show. All right? So I should have sent it yesterday. My bad. I was busy. Sorry. I sent you a message earlier this afternoon when I realized I didn't send it. And I said, hey, if you are available, if you can, wear a tank top. Ladies, even if you hate wearing them, please wear a bra. That kind of stuff. Because I needed to take measurements today. If I can. I want to, of course, start with people who live the furthest away so that they don't have to come back another day. But I am going to have to get everyone's measurements. It's not just, oh, I wear a size large or a size small. I need actual measurements. So,
today,
if I can. That's why I said if I can get.
Can we send them to you?
If you know them and you have them and they're accurate, yes.
You're talking about like this. I used to be a seamstress. Too.
Absolutely.
That kind of stuff.
Yes.
I was about to say I sew.
So we got it.
Absolutely. So those of you who have your measurements already, you are a seamstress, you know one, you got one living next door, I don't care. If you have them and you know that they are accurate, please send them to me. Yes, I still need to know if you normally wear a shirt size large or a shirt size extra small or a shirt size 5X. I still need to know that. But I also need your measurements. Neck, bust, waist, hips, inseam. Is this right here?
Arm length.
Arm length. Right? And hat. Okay? If you have questions and you want to do your measurements yourself and you, I don't care. I'm fine with that. I just need to make sure that I get them from everyone who is going to continue to do shows. Yes, ma'am.
I did not get that email. So I do not have your
Yeah,
email.
and I didn't get that. Yeah, we want to make
So
sure.
I don't know
that
if the new people are just not on your email list.
Everybody should be, but I'll double check.
Because I know
You said you
we're
sent it
both
today?
new.
I can send you my
didn't get
list,
it either.
Aria, if you need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but everybody should be, but just in case, because I may have, like I said, I haven't even had a chance to meet everybody yet. So some of your faces, I'm like, hey, oh, who's that? Oh, I know that person.
That's why I'm saying something. I'm like,
So,
It was 4:30 today.
okay,
So we did
I did not.
if you didn't, I will make sure that I have a more updated list from Trevor, and I will update my contact list and make sure of it. But again, it is so very important. We have to do these things as a team. This is why I said in a few emails ago, don't even leave. Oh, I'm gonna go change clothes and I'll be back. Nope. Circle up. You take the rules of mystery and you wipe them and you dry them. You take the setting the scenes and you wipe them and you dry them. You take the money and you sort it and you pack them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That was me yesterday.
Spread. Definitely spray the hats and the boas and the jackets first so you can leave them hanging and they can dry out a little bit. Make sure you spritz them.
Yes.
Don't spray.
Don't make them wet.
Just a spritz. You don't need a whole lot.
Don't post.
But literally, if you do it together, it gets done faster, it gets done right. And then I don't have to go, oh yeah, it's he's dying.
You alright,
He's all these witnesses.
And then I don't have to stick my hand in something that I
we do not.
didn't.
We have only bad insurance.
What's that?
I don't want to stick my hand down in something that I didn't put there. If you get my drift.
Yes.
And I've had that happen before. Yeah.
Question for the TLC.
Yes.
The forms that we're filling out, the checkout with the QR code and the post-show reports. Does that all go directly to you? Or if for instance
That
something
does.
is missed, okay, only that one. So for instance, if we notice that something is missing, like from the costume bin,
That's what I was asking.
then what is the appropriate
If
response
for
for that?
some reason you notice something missing from the costume bin, email me. Because the show report that you fill out goes to corporate and maybe you.
Yes, I get the show report.
I don't
You
get
don't,
to see
okay.
them. So if that happens, when you finish filling out your show report, and you don't have to send me an email about everything, but if it's something major, like I think one time Adam sent me an email, he said, hey, this purple derby is jacked. I'm like, right?
Those are my exact words.
So if it's something like that, a costume piece, you noticed during the show that somebody cut one of the binders for no apparent reason. You saw a kid take the Dweedle tie off the top of the Dweedle hat. Email me. So I know, and I can already prepare to either replace it with one of the alternates or order one as soon as I put in the next order. So we are not running shows without the things we need. We had a huge push this year to try to bring Detroit up to standard with the rest of the nation. We didn't even have some of the costumes that they had. We didn't even have, this is the first year they've ever sent us poodle skirts. You know what I'm saying? So, and we've been doing the poodle skirt show for years, right? So
we've been doing it longer than I've been in the Troupe.
Exactly. So we're trying, I've been pushing to get all of the things that I see in the TLC store that we don't have over there. Which brings me to my next point. We have some people in this troupe who are absolutely phenomenal. They are always thinking about us. They are always thinking about our shows. I ain't gonna say no names like Diane. But they always see things when they're out and they go, oh, this will go great for this show. And she buys them and she brings them to us. And I love her for that. But guess what? Our office is too small. I gotta start getting that stuff that we have to have. So there will be some things that I'm gonna sort out. If you all like them and you want to use them for something for yourself personally and keep it as a personal costume, you are welcome to. But don't get too excited, because it has to be something that is not one of our required costumes. Okay, if it's one of our required costumes, I have to keep them. All right, but some of the other things that Diane has bought have been so awesome. They are so theme appropriate and all of those types of things, but I just don't have room anymore. All right, like our chair, I thought this was so adorable. I loved it. I was like, that is too cool. Everybody knows it's Trevor. But then I was like, oh, hell, now how am I going to work around it? So, again, I'm not trying to be nasty, y'all. I need you to understand just how important this stuff really is. Our shows have been getting better and better reviews every time we go out, and I want to keep it that way. So please, y'all, take care of the materials. Follow directions. Communicate. I promise you I won't bite. Ain't none of y'all my husband. I have no reason to. So I ain't married either, so that's another reason. No, but I promise I'm not a mean person. I really want us to thrive and do well. And I want to get back out on shows myself, and I can't because I'm always here. So please follow directions, y'all. I'm sorry, did I take up too much?
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right.
Princesses, I'll talk to you when I find you.
The other people that walked in.
We're not done yet.
No?
When we're done.
Sorry.
Okay.
So yes, just some concluding remarks, please. All right. So we are going to raise the bar here. The bar is going to be higher. And that's going to mean you're going to have more discipline. Means we need to be more ambitious and set our expectations a lot higher. But here's what I want you to know. I want everyone in this room to know this. Everyone who's listening to know this. That's not a threat. I'm not here to bludgeon you. I'm going to raise the bar, yes. But I'm not raising the bar to watch you struggle, to watch you try and get there and fail. I'm right there with you every step of the way. I want everyone to get over that bar. Every single person. So I'm going to be there for the mistakes. I'm going to be there for the struggles. I'm going to be there for the triumph, okay? Because I know all of you can do this. I believe in all of you. You wouldn't be here if I didn't think you could get there. So I want you to go ahead and look at the people sitting around you. I want you to wave at them. Smile at them. These people are your teammates. You know what that means? It means that every time you go on a show, they've got your back and you've got their back. Support each other, work together. We all are going to grow together or we're going to die apart. Okay, I believe that we can do it, but it's going to take buy-in from all of you. So we have to rise up together, okay? So we're going to stop talking about our potential and start living up to it. Because I know we have it, and I know we can do it if we do the work. So commit to yourself, commit to this team, do the work, do the preparation, honor your commitments, and everything that we do is going to be fantastic. Because this is our time to step forward. So let's start this climb together. Let's be the version of ourselves that we didn't even know we could be, okay? Because I believe in all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now it's open questions. Yes, Tom Shea.
Quick question. Are we ever going to get a roster? And what I mean by that is if you can't make a show and you need to call somebody and you don't have a number because they don't put it, on the site any longer, it would be nice to have a roster.
I'm going to be realistic with you. They don't like that. I can tell you that many of the directors in the company have a problem with that because it's a very useful thing, but headquarters is not a fan of the directory that everyone can see. So it's possible they'll bring it back. Like I said, there's a lot of griping about it, but I can't promise it. It's possible.
Could we do it internally, though?
I feel if I could get permission to do that, I will, but I doubt they're going to approve that. If you all want to share with each other, that's certainly your business. But I can't go and give everybody's phone number, everybody email. I don't think I have really the right to do that.
Well, there was a waiver part of the contract that we had to sign.
Yes,
that said,
I know, and that's true. But I still don't think I have the right to just unilaterally do that. Yes, Patrick.
So earlier we were talking about the green light
Yes.
nights. When is the first one going to be?
I have not scheduled it yet. Like I said, this is more of a long-term goal than a short-term goal because it's going to take some time. After we do the one-to-ones, I'll probably schedule a night to try and start that process. Obviously, for the time being, it's now an in-my-head green light system and not an on-paper green light system. But the thing about the green light system is you will know exactly where you stand. Everybody will know what they're approved for, what they're not. It'll be completely transparent. But right now, like I said, it's just in my head.
Similar to how
Yes,
you
Samantha.
the princess.
If we've done the roles before and we've done them several times, are we already green lighted or do we have to re-audition?
On a case-by-case basis, there may be exemptions that I may allow you to do it. But there's no guarantees.
all right.
Everybody still has to earn their spot. Anyone else? Open questions.
Can we open up the windows?
If you want, sure. Go for it.
If you can get them to open without killing yourself.
You mentioned a similar system with accents.
Yes, yes. So here's the thing about accents that Adam brought up. If you can't do an accent because it's hard and you feel like you're not doing a good job with it, please talk to me. Let's work with it. I don't want you to go on a show feeling like you can't do an accent. Like for instance, a lot of people have trouble with the Frito accent. It's British. Some people have trouble with the New Jersey. So Swedish is certainly an interesting. So please talk to me. We will work on it. We will get you comfortable. I don't want you to go out on shows feeling like you're having to do an accent that you don't think is ready for a client. Don't do that. Ultimately, we'll make it work. We'll work something out. Don't push yourself in that direction, okay? Anyone else? Questions?
Well, YouTube, they have lessons on YouTube.
That's true. You
Yeah,
can
I
also
went
do
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
But like I said, I want to succeed with you. So please, if you need anything, reach out to me. I'm going to have office hours every week, Wednesday 6 to 9, Friday 6 to 9. If you want to have a longer conversation with me, we will schedule it during those office hours. But feel free to text me a concern or a question or a comment or a thought. And if I feel like I need to call you, then I will. But otherwise, don't call me. I don't like phone calls. So, yes, question.
Going off of that, would you ever consider doing workshops to work on this kind of stuff?
Yes, workshops are absolutely something we're going to be doing. Allison is going to help champion those workshops. But yes, we are going to have workshops for everything. If you have an idea for a workshop and something you'd like to work on, tell me. We will definitely do it. Workshops are probably going to be on Wednesdays because our rehearsals are usually on Mondays. But we will make that happen because I want, like I said, I want you to get better, and just doing the same rehearsal over and over, that's not a recipe to get better. So please, if there's something you want to work on, we can do workshops 100%. Anyone else?
How about the people that walked in after we did introductions?
What about them?
I'd like to know their names so they can,
How many shows they've done.
Yes, that too.
Yes, if you did not previously tell us your name and how many shows you've done, please let us know right now.
All at the same time.
No.
I can start.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
Hi,
I've been here for about 2.5 months, I want to say, and I just finished up my 4th show.
Who else came in after we did that?
I'll go after Lucy.
Go ahead.
Hello, my name is China. I'm going on to my 3rd show that we're rehearsing tonight.
My name is Ashley. I've been with the company for almost 5 years now. Unfortunately, I think I've only done 30 shows. I live far away, but I help out as much as I can.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
I'm Betsy.
Hi, Betsy.
Hey, Betsy. I think I'm at 255.
Yes,
I think that was everyone who came in late. I think.
Yeah, we had 5. Yeah, we had 5 people.
You guys, I'm Aria again, and I think I have done. I think I'm at 100 now.
Woo! All right. And I do want the people who are recording to hear this. You are all getting paid for showing up. Those of you who are listening, you get paid nothing. So, everybody who showed up, you're all getting paid.
How do you know who's here?
We just took attendance. Don't worry.
When you introduced yourself, I wrote your
That
name
was
down.
sneaky secret attendance.
Oh.
All right. So last chance. Any questions before we? Yes.
Where does the top tag end up? I just want to put it back.
Oh, I believe it just goes right in the the same zipper.
I don't know where it is. Right
The one that got passed around.
Oh, where? Oh, it's right here. It's right here. We've got it. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. Didi.
We're still doing karma points? Karma's still on the hub?
As far as I'm aware,
Because
yeah.
A lot of the new people, they don't know about the karma. You
Yeah,
guys
all
know
right, sure.
about karma?
We can discuss show karma.
I filled it out.
Here's the only thing show karma does is it shows me who's signing off on their shows. I can tell you that nobody else cares but me, but I do care. Like ultimately, if I see you never do your show karma, that's going to be like, well, why? Because that's where it shows up is on the casting page. On the casting page, it shows me 2 things: your name and what your show karma is. So that's one of the things that I'm judging by when I'm looking at who to cast in shows. If you've got good show karma because you're signing off on your shows because you read the stuff, then great. So just for those of you who don't know, show karma is very simple. On your show, the day before or the day of, you can go to the bottom and sign off that you read it. Now, obviously, it doesn't know that you read it. It's not going to test you. But please read it. It's really, it's there for a reason. But you will get show karma, and it is a percentage based on how many you've done, how many that you've signed off on. If it's 100%, obviously it looks great. If it's 0%, I'm going to wonder what's going on. So please do your show karma.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. That's what I'm saying. When I got hired, I never knew about it.
All right. Here's an important thing I want to say to everybody. An important thing I want to say to everybody is everybody, in my mind, has a clean slate. I'm not judging you based on how you met other expectations. I'm going to judge you based purely on how you meet the new expectations. So do a good job, and whatever you've done in the past can be forgiven, okay? Just from now on, let's raise the bar, all right? All right. Why are you raising person after a clap line?
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep clapping.
Samantha. Samantha, yes.
Now can I ask a question?
Yes, yes.
That wasn't. I forgot.
Back to the show point person, whatever
Yes.
it's called. It'll take me.
Immersion ear point person.
The IPP.
Yeah, you know me.
It will take me a little while to get the terms adjusted.
We understand.
I am a habitually early person, and 15 minutes before is generally when I get there.
Well, then call in the parking lot.
Okay.
All right.
Say, I am outside.
I'm on my way in.
Yes.
I am outside.
When is? Oh, that's a great question. June, I'm going to cast all of June by the end of this week. So please get all your shows in because June is going to be completely booked up unless we get a new show by the end of this week. Okay? So get your requests in now. Anyone else?
Do we have any water or cups of water? I'm really starting to get dehydrated.
I do not know. There could be some in the fridge. Can anybody see any?
Is there a water fountain out in the hallway?
And there is a
Yeah.
If you want to share it in, if you want to.
Yes, I'm sorry it's so hot in here. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. But I am thinking about rearranging this room because honestly, I hate the way this is set up with me behind the table and all of you. Some people to your back, some people to your front. I hate that. So I haven't come up with a good idea yet. If anybody has any good ideas for how to rearrange this room so it's not desk, floor stuff. I would like that.
Stage a hostile takeover of the dance studio.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm all about they're little girls. We can take them. All right. Anyone else? No? All right. Well, then you are officially dismissed from your mandatory rehearsal. Anybody who wants to stick around for our rehearsal can, but you certainly don't have to. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.